Today we are going to read Pete the Cat. Valentine's Day is Cool by Kimberly and James Dean. Please support our channel by liking and subscribing. It was the day before Valentine's Day, and Pete was riding his skateboard home when he saw his friend Cali. She was holding a big red heart that said, Love. Have you finished your Valentine's Day card? Asked Cali. No, Valentine's Day is not cool, Pete said. Oh, Pete, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. It's a day to tell people how special they are to you, Cali insisted. Pete skated on, but something in the back of his mind told him that Cali might be right.
By the time Pete got home, he decided that Cali was right about Valentine's Day. So he got out his pencils, paper, crayons, and markers and sat down at the kitchen table. First, we started to work on a card for his friend Larry. Pete made silver cards with big red hearts, but he was not happy with his work.
Pete wanted to make the perfect cards for every cat in his class. I will never get all these cards done in time, Pete told his mom. Pete's mom smiled. Just do your best, she said. Just tell Larry why he is cool. There is something cool about every cat. Pete goes back to work. He thought hard about what was cool about Larry. And he wrote, To Larry, Happy Valentine's Day, from Pete. Perfect. Pete was happy with his card. After that, it didn't take Pete long to make cards for all the boys. He made one for Josh and he drew a soccer ball on it. And another for Trey, he drew a guitar on it. He drew a car for Rob's card and a set of piano keys for John. Then Pete made special cards for the girls and wrote, Love Pete on each one. And of course, he made the biggest heart-shaped card for his mom.
The next day, Pete and Cali waited for the bus together. I decided you were right. Valentine's Day is cool. That's awesome, Cali said. By the way, I'm having a Valentine's Day party at my house after school if you want to come. The bus pulled up then
And Pete and Cali got on. Mr. Ted, the bus driver, smiled and said good morning, but as soon as they were in their seats, Pete put his head in his paws. What's wrong? Cali asked. I forgot to make a card for Mr. Ted, he cried. Then Pete thought, but I can make him an awesome card before we get to school. Pete pulled out a piece of paper and colored pencils from his backpack. He began to draw. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for picking us up every day from school, Pete and Cali said as they handed Mr. Ted his Valentine card. Thank you, Mr. Ted told them. You just made my day. What about Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard? We need to make her a Valentine card too. Pete practically shouted. Let's do it, Cali said. Let's make Valentines for everyone. Pete and Cali got super busy making cards for everyone. They made one for Mrs. Gold. They made another for the policeman They made another for the fireman and one more for the teacher, for English teacher. After school, Pete went to Cali's party. He rang the bell and then he froze. Cali opened the door only to find her friend in a panic. "What's wrong, Pete?" "I forgot something very important," Pete admitted. "What?" Cali asked. "I just realized I forgot to make a card for you," Pete said. "That's okay, Pete. Cards are just a way of showing you care. Hanging out with you, that's way better than any card." "This is the best Valentine's ever," they both shouted.
And happy Valentine's Day to you. Love, Pete.